It's time for the SmackDown, baby. Hey, guys, it's the political pastor here coming to you. I ran into my great uncle just recently. He's 85 years old, and he surprised me by telling me he loves to watch wrestling on the TV. And we're not talking about the real wrestling stuff. We're talking about the fake stuff, the Hollywood kind of stuff. But I can just imagine him at 85 cheering on this fake wrestling. But, you know, wrestling as a sport goes back to some 3,000 years before Christ. And Greco-Roman style wrestling has been around. It was in the Olympic Games in 308 BC. And so the French translate that to a word that we get grappling from. So wrestling or grappling. And you know, the Apostle Paul, when he wrote Ephesians chapter 6, was completely familiar with this idea of wrestling. And he also understood Roman soldiers. And so he writes to us about spiritual warfare, and he describes it in terms of wrestling. He says in Ephesians chapter 6 in verse number 11 or verse 12, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And so some would look at this passage and say that, well, this is a spiritual armor for a spiritual warfare. And it absolutely is. But we got to understand that this spiritual warfare manifests itself in a very real and physical way. Let me give you an example. So my business with my wife was attacked locally by our LGBTQIA plus community, and they're calling people to do harm to our business, to shut us down, to boycott us, to do all of these kind of things. That's very real. That's a wrestling match that we experience in the flesh, but it's not just the flesh and blood that we're wrestling against. It's the demonic forces and the evil forces that's behind it, that's driving this kind of behavior and driving this kind of lifestyle. That's what we wrestle against day in and day out. Whether you want to or not, whether you like it or not, if you're a child of God, you are in a wrestling match. And we're going to look through the book of Ephesians and try to help you understand how to fight that battle. Hey guys, I'm the political pastor, and I'm out.